Alright, so today we've got Bong Joon-ho's new movie, Mickey 17, that has been on the release radar for like a little over a year and a half, I think, because this was supposed to come out early last year, and it just now came out a whole year later. And I gotta say, pretty good. It is a very weird movie in how it depicts certain situations, but it's got such a wholesome core to it that, like, looking back on it, it's actually pretty nice. This movie is based on a book, and as my friend loved to say every single time, the book is actually called Mickey 7, and the movie decided to add 10 more deaths. Because it's a guy who dies and gets reprinted, and so on. The movie explains a little more on why two at the same time is a bigger issue, because, like, us as moviegoers already are like, well, yeah, it's a big issue, but, like, why is it a big issue in this universe? And now we see why. And it's interesting how the whole movie plays out. It's pretty fun. There are many moments where we had big laughs, and many moments that were just very cool to watch. So, yeah, story, pretty simple story, and very good one. At that, I really enjoyed the story, although I do think its pacing is a little whack, and it does drag a bit too much. But I'm going to give it a hand grenade score because I do think it's a very interesting story and very different from what you normally see in this situation, especially in sci-fi. Like, this is a very weird movie. Cinematics-wise, it is also just really a spectacle to behold. The visual effects are really cool, and there are some really cool ideas within it that are pretty fun to watch, making it a pretty good cinematic experience. I do recommend going to see this in the theaters. So I'm going to give it another hand grenade score here. Directing, I really did like how it was directed, even though I do have that pacing issue with how it drags at the end. It's one of the few things that made me stop from liking it to a lot, but I still thought it was a very enjoyable time. But yeah, I do think that this movie could have been a little shorter. It could have cut some of the unnecessary fat, or had done some more fun stuff with the other variations of Mickey. So I'm gonna give the directing as well a hand grenade score, as Bong Joon-ho does a good job. Acting, I do really enjoyed Robert Pattinson's performance in this movie. I thought he was very good. Some other good ones, I don't know. I just really liked Robert Pattinson. Mark Ruffalo is pretty good. Steven Yeun is pretty good. Toni Collette's pretty good. Naomi Ackie is pretty good. But Robert Pattinson does a really good job playing Mickey, and how he differentiates each Mickey is really cool. It's much like, funny enough, Steven Yeun did this week as well. Funny how this movie and the new Invincible episode, they both have one guy doing many different voices for many different versions of the same character. Spoiler alert, I guess, for Invincible. My bad, but it's all good. I don't think if you're watching this, you're watching Invincible, or if you are, you've already seen the new Invincible episode. It's been out for quite a few days, and it was also teased last week's episode. But yeah, I do really enjoy how Robert Pattinson puts his own twist on each version of Mickey. And granted, we only do really get to see two of them, and that's all over the trailers for the movie, so I'm not too bothered by saying that. I do wish we spent more time with some of the other Mickeys. That's my only real issue, because they do have to go through 17 very quickly, but that makes sense. Hand grenade score, though, for the acting. And overall, expectations and experience, this was a very enjoyable time, a very fun time. I had a good time watching the movie. It pretty much met my expectations. It surprised me in some aspects. It let me down in others, but really solid movie. I do recommend go checking it out. I do think that this is a certified hand grenade movie. Go see this in a big screen because it's cool and truly worth seeing everyone else in your theater also react to the movie the same way you do. Seeing this with a big group was a good experience. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on Mickey 17. I strongly suggest you check it out. It's an interesting movie, and we need more of these. Subscribe if you haven't already, and other than that, I'll leave you guys to it.